So the third place that we see value add in this particular asset is the so we're going to convert the building to triple net, and we're going to pass the risk off to the investors. As you can see here, we're gonna reimburse for those triple net costs. Those triple net costs being taxes, insurance, utilities, any of those types of things. We're no longer going to bear that risk. We're going to have the tenants bear that risk. Again, the second place that we see value add happening is getting the building closer to a market rate situation and putting some escalators in place, which will drive the income higher, the overall net operating income higher in the building, as you can see here. We do have a vacancy factor figured in to the building, so as we're converting it over, we're saying that we're always going to be about 7% vacant. We're currently 100% full, so that's great, but that's, we're figuring a vacancy factor into this. The current expenses that we have factored here is basically what the current management is running, and subtracting some capital expenditures like the elevator, so on and so forth. We rightfully expect that we think that there is some potential cost savings within the expenses, which is that third value add. Again, that's only a short-term savings, since as the building's converted to triple net, it would diminish over time, since we'd no longer be paying those types of expenses. The other key point I think is great to point out is the debt coverage ratio. You always want your debt coverage ratio above a 1.25 in this type of asset, and we're at a 1.39, which is great. As you see in year 6, the debt coverage ratio goes down from 1.82 to 1.86. And what I do is I stress the deal. So right now we're looking at a rate of about 5.58, 20 years fixed for 5 years, which is what is all approved and ready to roll. I have a future 5-year projection of 7.5 on a 15-year loan fixed for 5 years. Again, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know where rates are going to be in 5 years, but we want to stress the deal to make sure that in 5 years, if we hold it a little longer than we want, that the deal makes sense, the investors are going to get their returns, we're going to get our returns, so on and so forth. So, and the fourth place that we see a value add that we haven't built into the model at all is we see some additional services that could be rendered on the building, such as the building is 55% medical office. With medical office, there's a lot of physicians, and one of the things that we want to explore is it's currently surface park, no reserve parking. Do the physicians want some nice carports out there to keep their vehicles under? And there's several other services that we're going to explore, but none of those are built into the model that we're showing here. We really like this deal because we think that we've underwritten it very conservatively, so that we can hit the expectations and create a really nice investment. So I said that this is a 5 to 7 year hold is what we're projecting. 2 reasons for that. The first one, like I said, it's going to take us about 5 years to convert the bulk of the building over to triple net. And the second one is we plan on doing a cost segregate accounting study so that we can rapidly depreciate any of the things that the cost segregate accounting firm allows us to do, which should show some very favorable tax benefits for the first 5 years or so of the asset. So at that point in time, once we have the bulk of the building converted to triple net and we've burned off a lot of that accelerated depreciation, we would then market the building to the open market through commercial brokers and garner the group the best price premium that we're afforded.